Hey, it's your boy Chongo coming at you with another video. This video is Tim Dillon's LA Cult, brought to you by Tim Dillon Show Clips. Alright, so elephant in the room, your boy Chongo's looking a little bit different, trying some shit, so just bear with me. It's been a while since I've done a Tim Dillon video. Dude's always hilarious, so I figured I'd give this one a shot. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
There is something interesting about seeing a town like this get really humbled.
Yeah.
And the people here are not, there's bad vibes everywhere. You go to a coffee shop, all these people, they just feel bad. They know they're writing a script no one will ever read. They know they're in a relationship with someone who doesn't love them. They know that being fake doesn't even help anymore. They know that it doesn't even matter, the bullshit political stuff you post on social media, because nobody even cares. Yep. They know that none of it matters anymore. They're simply going through the motions. They go to Pilates, they walk out. Yeah. They know the homeless are barely into it now. You know, the homeless with the knife is like barely chasing. Everybody is, I think, going through the motions here, and it's interesting. And
That's not good though. Like LA,
it's bad.
LA people. I
this fucking guy.
America in general runs on the idea that everybody's going to be a millionaire.
Yes.
And LA runs on the idea that everybody's going to be famous. And the
Right.
second they stop thinking they'll be famous,
Yeah.
is when shit gets a little rough.
That's when the cults start.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm still here.
Oh, you're waiting for the cults.
I will put 50 people in a backyard. Don't think I will not put 50 people in a backyard. The cults are, we are right on the edge of a thriving cult environment here. Yeah. The conditions are ripe.
Yeah.
The conditions are right. If you are a 20-year-old actor,
yeah.
let me help you. If you're a male, we're not going to do the females in the cult. It distracts it. So it's a male cult of people in their early 20s who have dedicated their life to fitness and acting. And if it's not working out, there's other places we can go vibrationally with energy. Vibrationally with energy, you know? But no, there's going to be, I'm telling you my prediction when you say what's going to happen in LA.
Yeah.
Vassal state of China with the real estate, because they're going to come in and buy all the real estate, and then cults as far as the eye can see. I mean, you want it, cults like you, I mean cults. Like, these fuckers will be in the backyard of a coffee shop in a thought circle. There'll be rampant meditation. Some will go into Islam. Bitches will have burqas walking around WeHo. They are going to find, this is going to be, it's like Scientology had the whole monopoly on cults here for a long time. Yeah. But now it's like in Chicago. They bulldozed this big project, Cabrini Green, and what happened was you had lots of smaller gangs. They put all the people that had ran that for a long time in jail. So then all the younger guys were like, we'll all just start a gang on every street. Yeah. And then it got crazy. That's going to be cults in LA. I believe the future is cults.
Like this.
Because people, the cult was fame. The cult was sex. The cult was money.
Yeah.
After fame and money are gone, you'll just have sex. So then you need a charismatic cult leader to put everybody.
So real quick, so you mentioned Cabrini Greens. Your boy Chongo is from the Chicagoland area. And that was a real big problem, right? So they ended up destroying that building, and everybody living there got dispersed everywhere else. So I'm looking at you, Rockford, Illinois. You fuckers got a lot of those, right? Shout out to anybody from Rockford. Some of them went out in the suburbs. Some of them went out just kind of everywhere. I want to say someone ended up like way out east or west over by like Moline in a Davenport area. They kind of went all over, right? And it's crazy. But I didn't know Andrew Schultz was on here, so that's a little bit of a bonus, right? I know people love to hate the dude, but I think he's pretty entertaining. Let's carry on.
In the backyard, go to the desert, get in the van, get on the bus, and that's why I find it interesting. Actually,
What's Joshua Tree?
a dump. It's kind of it's where people go to take a bunch of shrooms and go, why isn't it working? I'll tell you why it's working.
Palm Springs.
You suck. You're bad. You're bad. They go to commune with these entities, and these entities get so bored.
That's a little my thing with like the ayahuasca and shit. It seems like this like quick fix. Like you're depressed, so you just want to connect.
First of all, ayahuasca was not invented so you could get a Range Rover. That's not why the Incans were doing these ceremonies. It was not so you could strategize how to get a walk-on roll-on Hack season 4. It was so that you could commune with elders that had left the physical reality that you were in. It was the whole point.
That's so funny.
So all these people take it. If you're
somebody
shaman,
doing ayahuasca to get a job.
No,
on a
if
Netflix
your
show.
shaman is named Jessica, she's not a shaman. She's a white chick from Phoenix. You're a junkie. You're a junkie. You're doing ketamine therapy. You're a junkie, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just admit it. We get it.
Yeah.
So people go to Joshua Tree. It's pretty and whatever, but they're going there to have some experience.
But I see people from LA like treating it as their like getaway, their 2-hour get. I don't want to say it's
look
the
at it.
Hamptons,
This is what they want. Look at that. It's not a nice getaway. It's called Iraq. Bagram Air Force Base. They go out there and they take a bunch of psychedelics, and then they communicate with some entity, and the entity goes. It's the entity's so tired at this point, and because the entity's in the realm, and the entity's like, hello. And then you're like, UTA is they're kind of hip pocketing me. And the entity goes, you're not bringing anything to the table. There's nothing for you. And listen, it's a town about making the unbelievable believable. So you got to go into the desert and take a bunch of drugs. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with it.
No.
Nothing wrong with it. That's where I got banned from Airbnb. I can never rent an Airbnb in my life. I cannot put a property I own on Airbnb because of the 2 lesbians in Joshua Tree.
Still to this day.
To this day.
And have you had any communication?
I had Rogan ask the CEO. He's like, no, we're not putting it back on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that for you.
I would love that. But I also say a lot of negative things about Airbnb, and we'll continue to.
All right. Well, I might not change that for you.
Yeah.
What is this?
What is that? Is this Joshua Tree? Is it people tripping out?
Yeah, some guys on shrooms in a Joshua Tree Airbnb.
Welcome. Please, take a seat.
Join us in the world's very first shroom room.
So we're at Petite Noir, one of our properties, and we decided to make this room into your own sanctuary in Joshua Tree.
We made this room so people can just, place.
Is this a joke? Is it a
relax,
sketch?
Enjoy the serenity and peacefulness of Joshua Tree.
And it might be a polarizing thing for many people, but we know
That's how
who our
close we're
target
getting.
market is.
Right.
With the sketches and the actual promotion material.
I don't know what it is. I love that they put up shroom wallpaper. They're like, we've created a sanctuary. Yeah. People out here are different, and that's the problem.
All right. So bonus Andrew Schultz. I know a lot of you fucks don't like him, but I think he's entertaining. He's got some funny material out there. But Joshua Tree, huh? I might have to check that out. So I don't know if you guys can tell, because it was in a small corner. I have this big screen monitor, so to me it's like this big, right? But to you guys on your phone or whatever, it's probably a little bit smaller. I don't know. But it was like the psychedelic video, and then they went into the shroom sanctuary and all that, right? But like, then it got me thinking, right? It looked kind of psychedelic, but they were trying to show what it looks like, right? When you're on a trip or something, right? But like, have you guys ever just thought like it'd be a cool idea if there's somehow, some way I can like screenshot my thoughts, right? When I'm fucked up, I wish I can screenshot how I'm feeling and send it to you guys, right? Or post it somewhere. Because that would be sick, right? Yeah, especially like, or like I'm drinking, having a good time, right? I could just screenshot that and like look back. Like, that would be sick. And I know you fucks are like, oh, just take a picture. You know it's not the same thing. You know it's not the same thing. Like, I mean, like, how I feel, like, the people I'm talking to, like, I could just screenshot what I'm seeing, right? Screenshot how I'm feeling, what I could smell, what all that stuff. That'd be fucking sick. You know, they talk about all this VR immersive stuff, and I always thought it'd be cool if there was smell-o-vision, because that would be sick, right? you're watching like nature show and you could smell the whatever, the mountains and the trees and all of that. Watching a cooking show and you could smell what the rock is cooking, right? Yeah, so I figured out it was time for a little bit of a change. Thought I'd give this a go. This is not the end result. I'm still growing it out a little bit longer. If you look back at my old videos, you'll see what I look like. I like that look. The wife does not. And we keep going back and forth on it. So I kind of convinced her to let me grow it out a little bit. And so what I did was I just shaved it. And I'm on like day 4 or 5 right now. So we'll see how it turns out. Your boy Chago is likes this look, right? But if you do too, go ahead and like and subscribe. Your boy Chago is on a rocket ship, and yeah, I'm gonna make it big one time. So go ahead and jump on this rocket ship. Yeah. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. This whole cult thing. Shit's wild. Crazy LA people, right? Before I ended the video, I figured I would bring that up. Yeah, I'm on this cult trip as far as like documentaries and shit like that. So comment down below if you have any good material as far as that goes. That's the whole reason why I clicked on the video. Yeah, send me a clip. Send me a link or something. I just watched the Wild West or Wild Country West something. Holy wow, that shit was wild. If you guys have any more recommendations, I figured you guys would come through and post it on the comments. But yeah, that's all I really got. You guys take care. Peace out.